We're all aware of the importance of food to keep us supplied with energy, like having a good breakfast to get us off to a flying start to the day. However, have you ever considered why we often go through food comas following large meals if calories are supposed to give us energy? Well, today we will be investigating why. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. No doubt, I'm sure many of you watching this video will be familiar with what a food coma is, or as it's referred to scientifically, postprandial somnolence. Essentially, it is a state of drowsiness following a big meal. Then again, maybe some of you are so accustomed to having large meals regularly that you don't give the drop in activity afterward a second thought. Even so, there is research demonstrating this effect. Take the study by Rayner, Wells and Horn, for instance, which found that eating bigger meals before going for a long drive resulted in significantly more sleepiness than having smaller meals. So then, what causes this effect? If food gives us calories that supply us with energy, shouldn't large meals contrarily give us more of a boost? Well, the precise reason why food comas happen is unknown. However, there are theories that may explain why. Keep in mind though, if several of these theories are eventually proven, food comas will likely not arise from just one, but a complex interaction between each. So let's discuss the most popular. The first way they are thought to occur is from the release of serotonin following food intake. You are likely most familiar with serotonin from being one of the primary hormones, along with dopamine and endorphins, in causing happiness. Yet it has other notable effects on appetite, learning ability, memory, and most relevantly for today's topic, sleep. Although serotonin can contribute to wakefulness also, depending on the area of the brain it affects. Interestingly, as much as 95% of the body's serotonin is found in our stomach. It isn't food directly which causes serotonin production. Instead, it is an amino acid known as tryptophan found in foods rich in protein. A 2021 systematic review and meta-analysis concluded that 1 gram of tryptophan supplementation helps improve sleep quality. Having said that, please see a doctor for more information before taking any supplements. Besides protein, carbohydrates may contribute to tiredness this way as well, since they assist the body in absorbing tryptophan. On top of that, another mechanism by which serotonin may influence food comas is since it partly contributes to making another hormone, melatonin, the main hormone that induces sleep. So you can put together why serotonin's production in response to excess food intake may be one of the leading theories behind food comas. Secondly, another contributor may be rebound hypoglycemia. The exact way rebound hypoglycemia works isn't fully understood. But long story short, it can lead to low blood sugar anywhere between 2 and 5 hours after eating. And since blood sugar provides our cells with the energy to function, as we've mentioned, excessively low blood sugar means a higher likelihood of fatigue. Therefore, the fatigue effects from overeating may not only happen immediately, but be brought on in the following hours too. Next, food comas may occur due to coinciding changes in blood flow in the body. This is because when you consume a significant amount of food all at once, more blood flow could be needed by the small intestine in order to be able to process it sufficiently. Consequently, this shift in blood flow may result in the brain receiving less oxygen, influencing drowsiness. That said, there is debate surrounding this hypothesis, as blood flow in the brain is maintained well in response to various processes that would likewise alter it, like exercise. On a side note, if you are interested in undertaking our evidence-based and results-backed personalized Plato weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in the description. Moreover, changes in the nervous system following binge eating might also be worth attention. I'll explain. Your sympathetic nervous system is the part of you that deals with stress in everyday life. You may have heard of it referred to as your fight, flight, or freeze mechanism when confronted with difficult situations, because you only have these 3 options to choose from to deal with that associated stress. On the other hand, the parasympathetic system is known as the rest and digest state, controlling other functions that we use in the absence of stress, such as digestion, conserving bodily energy by slowing down your heart rate and blood pressure, and supporting the processes which cause sleep. So the body's transition from being in a sympathetic state from our active daily life to a parasympathetic state when we are relaxing following a meal could be a factor too for food comas. Furthermore, one more reason behind food comas may be that a cytokine, a small protein with an essential part in the inflammatory process known as interleukin 1, is activated following food intake. Increased levels of this have actually been found in multiple disorders associated with fatigue, such as obesity, multiple sclerosis, cancer, and diabetes. One 2018 double-blind crossover study conducted on 8 lean and 8 obese male subjects explored the effects of post-meal fatigue from interleukin 1 by blocking its activation. The researchers demonstrated that when they did this, it led to less tiredness following a meal, albeit not completely, as subjects did still experience some levels of tiredness. Therefore, this suggests that interleukin 1 does play a role, but is probably not the main driver in food comas. Finally, and maybe the most interesting theory of why we get food comas, may be from our evolution as a species for survival. Memory can be broken down into two types: declarative memory, which relates to facts or knowledge, and procedural memory, which pertains to skills. A common problem suggested by researchers for declarative memory is due to the interference caused by newer memories, which impedes the ability to recall related older ones, like remembering what you had for breakfast yesterday versus today, for example. To compensate for this, as older memories throughout the day are just as important as the newer ones for our declarative memory, researchers suggest that we may have developed a use for sleep as a way to reinforce our memories and protect them from future interferences from the newer ones. Taking this into account, it's possible that when we were roaming around the earth tens of thousands of years ago as hunter-gatherers, we may have developed food comas so as to remember places of high food availability better, since getting this right could have been the difference between life and death, especially in periods of famine or drought. Accordingly, in light of these 6 theories, maybe then that could explain in part the origins of siestas in Spain and other southern European countries, where workers will often take breaks to nap after their midday meals. It's currently thought that the main reason this tradition started was so field workers could come out of the sun and escape the heat at the warmest time of the day. While that is definitely a possibility, understandably, the physiological consequences outlined from overeating could have been a motive too. Just a thought. So, overall, food comas may have begun from a combination of various bodily system responses to overdoing it at meals, and even from natural selection. Yet, it's worth noting that food comas may not only be a response to eating large quantities of food at one sitting, but could also result from an underlying health condition in certain instances, like diabetes, for instance. Therefore, please visit your general practitioner if you find their severity or frequency alarming. Have you any other thoughts on the causes of food comas? We'd love to hear from you in the comments section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So that has been our video. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.